If Liam hadn't walked into that office with his son's worn-out backpack slung over his shoulder, the CEO would never have begged him to pretend to be hers. Liam Reyes didn't belong on the 48th floor. Not with his calloused hands. Not with his faded jeans. Not with the smell of motor oil clinging beneath his laundry soap. But when the daycare called, saying his 6-year-old son Noah had gotten sick, he didn't have a choice. He had to deliver the car part now, or he'd lose the biggest contract of his struggling garage. But fate shoved him into someone else's story. He stepped out of the elevator, clutching Noah's backpack, and nearly collided with Alexandra Hale, CEO of Hale Tech, young, brilliant, intimidating. She stood tall in a midnight black suit, her dark hair pulled into a sharp twist. Everything about her screamed perfection, everything Liam felt he wasn't. She stared at him in confusion, until her eyes softened at the small blue dinosaur embroidered on the backpack he held. "You're the mechanic?" she asked. Yeah. "Liam Reyes," he said awkwardly. They exchanged the part, but before Liam could escape the intimidating office, a group of reporters stormed through the hallway. Alexandra froze, the kind of freeze that wasn't fear, but pain. Her assistant whispered urgently, "Ma'am, your ex-fiancé is giving an interview downstairs with her. They're calling you heartless again." Alexandra's jaw trembled just slightly. "Almost invisible." "Almost," the assistant added. "They're asking why you showed up alone tonight." Again. Alexandra's eyes darted to Liam, then to the reporters advancing, and suddenly, she said something that made Liam's heart flip sideways. "Liam, please. Just act like you're mine for tonight." He blinked. "Come again. You look real. Safe. Warm." She swallowed. "I need someone genuine beside me. Just for tonight." Liam opened his mouth, ready to refuse. He had work to finish, bills unpaid, a sick child to pick up, but something in her voice cracked. Something lonely, and Liam, whose heart was too soft for his own good, said the words she didn't expect, "I'll do it. But only if Noah can come too." Her eyes widened, not offended, but disarmed. "You'd bring your son." "I don't pretend," he said quietly. "If I'm yours for the night, so is he." The executive hallway went silent. Reporters snapped photos. Alexandra stood frozen. Then, slowly, a smile touched the corner of her composed CEO mask. "Deal," she whispered, and just like that, two worlds collided, one polished and lonely, one messy but full of love. Alexandra expected Liam to look uncomfortable in her world of crystal chandeliers and tuxedos, but the men surprised her. At the gala ballroom, he stood tall beside her, wearing a borrowed suit that somehow made him look like he belonged more than anyone else. And Noah, sleepy from his fever but determined, held Liam's hand while clutching a small stuffed dinosaur. "What if people judge?" Alexandra whispered as they approached the cameras. Liam leaned close, his voice steady. "Let them. You're not alone tonight." He placed a comforting hand on her lower back. Not possessive. Just solid. Warm. Real. The cameras flashed, first at her, then at him, then at the small boy holding their hands like he was connecting two broken pieces. "Miss Hale," a reporter shouted. "Is this your new family?" Alexandra's heart stopped before she could choke out something corporate and cold. Liam spoke. "No," he said gently, "she's not mine yet. But she's someone worth standing beside." Gasps from the press. Alexandra's breath caught. She didn't expect him to defend her, she didn't expect him to sound proud, and she certainly didn't expect Noah, cheeks flushed but brave, to look up at her and say, "Are you gonna be my dad's friend? 'Cause dad doesn't have many." Liam went red. "Buddy," but Alexandra knelt, meeting the boy's innocent eyes. "I'd be honored," she whispered. Noah smiled, leaning against her shoulder as if instinct told him she was safe, and something inside Alexandra, something locked away for years, cracked open. Later that night, when the lights dimmed and the gala crowd faded, Alexandra walked Liam and Noah back to the company car her driver had prepared. "Thank you," she said softly. "You saved me tonight." Liam shook his head. "I didn't save you. You just needed someone to stand with you. Happens to all of us." Her throat tightened. No one had ever said something like that to her without wanting something in return. "Liam," she hesitated. "I know the deal was just for tonight, but what? But I don't want to pretend anymore." Silence fell like rain on the pavement. He looked at her, really looked, and for a moment she saw a man who'd had to be strong for far too long. "I'm not a trophy," Liam said quietly. "I'm a father with a kid who depends on me. I don't fit your world." She stepped closer. "Maybe my world needs someone like you." That stunned him, but what stunned Alexandra was what he said next, the answer that left her speechless. Then don't ask me to pretend again, Liam murmured. If you want me, want all of me. The man. The father. The mess. The real. Her lips parted. Her heartbeat stumbled. She wasn't used to someone choosing honesty over her money. She wasn't used to someone choosing truth over advantage. Liam, she whispered, voice shaking. I do. The words hung between them, fragile but real, and for the first time in years, Alexandra Hale let herself hope. Hope for a tomorrow she didn't have to face alone. Hope for a small boy who already trusted her. Hope for a mechanic with calloused hands and a heart that softened hers. Tonight was supposed to be pretend, but somewhere between the cameras and the quiet ride home, something real began.